Another thing why I want to kind of emphasize exercise is they've done a study, I think this was 2018 from what I remember, and they've took two different types of people. They've taken people who were sedentary and people who had physical activity and gave them a trauma, a small trauma, nothing like an ankle sprain, but just enough to initiate a different sequence. So people who were not physically active, generally they get pain quickly, okay, from something really small. They get that feeling of pain very quickly. People who are physically active regularly, they already have a natural opioid inside of them. Our body naturally creates hormones, endorphins that we call them, and they're neurotransmitters and hormones. And then it's similar to an opioid that our body naturally makes. And what that makes us feel is, especially after a couple of weeks of training, you actually feel like you're better, like you feel like nice and calm, you feel relaxed after training, right? Like it was stressful during it, but afterwards you're like, oh, I feel so much more relaxed, so much calmer. That's this guy here, the opioid that's working, okay? People who are sedentary don't get that feel. So when we have that feel, we have a reserve in our body. This is a theory, that we have a reserve of opioids in our body that we naturally produce as physically active individuals. What that does is that it inhibits, so you don't feel as pain from something that's small. So you could have the same type of injury to your body from someone who's sedentary versus someone who's physically active. But then the process of feeling of pain is different. Okay? So does that make sense a bit? Yeah? Yeah? So what I'm trying to emphasize is physical activity actually builds a form of resiliency. And it's not just up here, it's not just mental, part of it is. But a large part of it is physiologically. Our body produces this opioid system inside of us that can form as a barrier for injury. Okay? So when you do actually get hurt, you're actually better able to cope with it. Not just mentally, but also because your body has physiological properties that help you out with it.